Guys will try to gain more muscles. Guys will try to learn how to spit better game. They'll try to gain more money. But what guys don't understand that sometimes the easiest thing to improve is whether you're there or not. It's whether you say something or not, right? And that to a woman, a lot of times it makes some of the biggest difference instantly. Because if you know when to strategically pull away, it's very difficult for you to mess up a good thing when you know how to do that. It's only when you don't know when to back the fuck away that you ruin it. That when you get that baddie that's interested in you, you got so desperate, you got so needy and creepy that you pushed her away. So we're gonna watch what she has to say, and then we're gonna read from the book, The Laws of Human Nature, where it talks about how to be an elusive object of desire, and make her like you more through your absence. Let's watch this.
Plain, and I'm your dating coach. For her to miss you, you have to give her space. If you're consistently hitting her up, you're not giving her enough space to miss you. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to focus on yourself. This means prioritizing work, hobbies, friends, and family. When you prioritize yourself, you naturally create that space. Not only will she miss you, but this shows you live a busy, fulfilling life, a life she'll want to be a part of.
But more importantly, it's when you're not there that her creepy brain starts to exaggerate how good looking you are. Heck, you might even become taller because in your absence, the brain exaggerates what it wants. It's like if you're addicted to crack. If you smoke crack and you're thinking about doing crack, and then you do it, every time a crack addict says they used again, they always thought it was going to be better than they imagined. Because the brain does that. It exaggerates things that it wants, especially in its absence. And that's literally the easiest way to get a facelift, the easiest way to lose weight, the easiest way to sound smoother. It should just not be there strategically. Let's go to the book club and let me show you guys how to do it. The most desirable people know the art of letting people miss them. They understand the base effect of human nature, that what's not there is what's missed. And usually you don't know how much you appreciate someone or something until it's not there. And so the beauty about it is that this is an art that anybody can perfect, no matter how they look, right? So let's read this. It says, know when, know how, and when to withdraw. This is the essence of the art. You have a presence that people see and interpret. If you are too obvious with this, if people, oh my God, I can't read. If people can read you too easily, it's funny, ironically, right? If people can read you too easily and figure you out, if you show your needs too visibly, and when I say visibly, it could just be in your face. Like Kash Patel, the guy from Donald Trump's FBI guy, his face looks nervous. And when you look at him, there's a part of you that just cannot respect him because of just it could just be that's how he looks. He literally looks like this. Let's see if we can find a video of him, right? A clip of him. His name is Kash Patel. Kash Patel. Look at this. Yo, right? Yo, what the fuck? Yo. So that look, honestly, he could just be feeling happy. But humans interpret that as weakness. I don't know how the fuck he got to where he is with that look, but that definitely hurts him. I have no doubt in my mind. So it's really learning how to keep your face stoic. Learning how to hide your feelings with your face is really a tool that we all have to learn how to use. So it says visibly, right? Then if you are too obvious about this, if people can read you too easily and figure you out, if you show your needs too visibly, they will unconsciously begin to disrespect you. Over time, they will lose interest. Your presence must have a touch of coldness to it, as if you feel like you could do without the other. What that means is that is literally what you have when you don't like someone. This is why people who we don't like us back so much, because they sense that coldness. And honestly, They sense it because you're doing little things that you could actually copy when you're feeling normal that will create that whole sensation that makes you so elusive and attractive to people. As if you could do without them. This signals to people that you consider yourself worthy of respect, which unconsciously heightens your value in their eye. It makes people want to chase after you. This touch of coldness is the first form of withdrawal that you must practice. Add to this a bit of blankness and ambiguity as to who you are. Your opinions, values, and tastes are never too obvious to people, right? And so this is sort of like almost like playing the politician, because what it does is that it this is unconscious. They're not gonna notice that you're not too obvious. They're not gonna notice that that your opinions aren't that like clearly stated. What they're gonna notice though is that there's like an aura of mystery about you. Like they could grasp you, but you also feel ungraspable at the same time. And that's because you're not being obvious. And again, they're not gonna say, "Oh wow, he's not being obvious." I asked them what did they think of that? For example, an example could be, I play the drums, right? And if somebody tells me they play the drums, I sometimes don't respond with "me too." I just talk to them about their drumming, blah, 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 blah. And then another day, a day later, or maybe a few minutes into the conversation, then I bring up that I play the drums. You know, that does to you, that affects you psychologically a little bit. Because then when you're talking to the person, you're like, what else is there that we kind of relate with that you didn't tell me? But it doesn't feel manipulative. But it feels like I'm not in a rush. You get, like, honestly, that's something that I recommend you guys do in conversation. You'll see the results in that. This gives them room to read into you what they want. Movie stars are masters of this. They turn their faces and their presence into screens upon which people can project their own fantasies. What you want in general is to create an air of mystery and to attract interpretations. So for example, a girl finds out, I tell a girl that knows a girl that I like, "Hey, I like her." She tells her, and what is she gonna do? She's naturally gonna observe whether or not that's true, right? So she's gonna be looking for me to like catch looks. But then what happens if I don't do that? Now there's a question in her mind. Why did her friend tell her that I liked her? Do I really like her, or maybe she turned me off? See how that works? They turn their faces and their presence a screen upon which people could project their fantasies. What you want in general is to create an air of mystery to attract interpretation. Once you sense that you have engaged people's fantasies, that you have hooks in them, then you must use physical absence and withdrawal. You are not so available. A day a week can go by without your presence. You create a feeling of the emptiness inside of them, a touch of pain. You occupy increasing amount of mental space in these absences. They come to want more of you, not less. The musician Michael Jackson played this game to perfection on the social level. He was deeply aware of the dangers of saturating the market with his music and public appearances. He spread out the release of his album, making the public hungry for more. He carefully managed the frequency of his interviews and performances, and never talked about the meaning of his lyrics or propagated any overt messages. He occasionally had his publicist leak to the press some news stories surrounding him, such as his use of hyperbaric chambers, my fault, my Dragon Ball Z, chambers as a way to maintain eternal youthfulness, right? Through this strategic elusiveness, he made himself an object of continual desire, both to know him better and possess his music, right? So that's one thing. The more active our imagination becomes, the greater the pleasure we derive from it. When we were children, if we were given a game with explicit instructions and rules, we quickly lost interest. But if the game was something that we invented or was loosely structured, allowing us to inject our ideas and fantasies, we could sustain our interest for much longer. When we view an abstract painting that evokes dreams and fantasy, or see a film that is not easily interpreted, like Inception, or a joke, or hear a joke or advertisement that's ambiguous, we are the ones who do the interpreting, and we find it exciting to be able to exercise our imagination this way. People want to know whether or not you like them. They want to wonder whether or not you're gonna ask them out. They want to wonder, why didn't you kiss me? Am I not good enough? Am I not attractive enough? I gave you all the signals that I like you. Why didn't you make a move? This is why I like to delay kissing. Everything I like to delay, for the simple fact that that is pleasurable to people. People love interpretation, especially when they can't make sense of you at first. That's why sending mixed signals is so important. Through your work, you want to stimulate this pleasure for people to maximum degree, right? And this is an art that you have to practice, and an art that anyone can master. All right. Let me know what you guys think about this video, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys, we're gonna have a brief intermission so that I can tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing, where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club video that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared, because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.